Hey, welcome back to my daily vlog. So today I want to talk about role-playing games and building a good adventuring party. Okay, and what it entails and what I would see as an ideal adventuring party, whether you're part of a group or never matter the size, just the basic functioning principles of a group. And the reason is because I think that the reason I want to talk about this is because I've been in groups where they've meshed together, they've worked well together, and we've had years of fun playing in the same adventure. Or I've been in groups where it's hard to get past adventure number 1 or day number 1. So I think that's what I want to talk about today. So I'm going to talk about this as a DM and as a player, probably both in between, off and on, throughout this whole yap thing session, okay? If I'm a player, when I look for a gaming group, I'm trying to find people who are wanting to play the story that's at hand, not for the most part. Now, sometimes if we're doing one-ofs, we want to just create a story and go, or whatever, it doesn't matter, but for the most part, I really am just looking for a group that, not necessarily, I'm not necessarily looking for a group of experienced players or players that all cooperate all the time, but I am looking for a group that wants to play the adventure that's set before them by the DM. So if the DM sets a task before us, I want to play with a group that is looking for that, looking for a way to resolve this problem. Now, it doesn't have to be the way the DM wants it resolved. I just want to look for a group that is willing to work together to accomplish a mission or accomplish a set of problems. Lots of times you get to a group, or when you're trying to work this out, and some players just like, the DM says, well, Count so-and-so has kidnapped this guy's daughter. Maybe you should go rescue him. A lot of players are like, yep, nope, no interest, don't care. We're going to head off and go kill a town of peasants. What? Okay, so now you've taken the DM's plot line and just said, no, I'm not interested. Have a nice day. On the other hand, on the other side of that, there is something to be said about a free-form world, but I think that if there is going to be a free-form world, that everybody in the party should be in agreement to this format. Otherwise, it makes it really difficult to get anywhere. You spend hours and hours and hours trying to do one little thing, hours of real life, of aging and getting gray beards and hair growing and stuff, trying to pickpocket a peasant walking down the street because you want to roleplay that whole system out. So now, that's not beneficial to the group as a whole. And when you're playing with a group as a whole, you really should have some, some consideration for everybody at the table. Try not to do things that completely waste the time of everybody else at this table. Some of these people have driven miles and, been here for, take time off of work or whatever else to get to this campaign to play. And if all you're going to do is completely just throw a wrench in the whole thing, stay home. It's just that simple. Unless, again, it's a free form and everybody's going to be like that, then so be it. I've been in groups like that where everything was just chaos. That's fun, as long as everybody's on the same page. So yeah, as a player, it sucks getting into a group where you got one person that wants to spend hours pickpocketing a peasant that has no money anyway, but they want to do it just for the pure principle of doing it. Or the one guy that's single-minded, I'm going to go buy the nicest sweater ever made. Like, it's okay to have that goal for your character is a long period to buy the nicest sweater ever made, but maybe not make that the function of the whole group, because that's, and not bog the DM down with details on a sweater. As a DM, if someone does that to me, I'm just going to give them a sweater so they shut up. Or I will just exclude that player and say, okay, you sit over there for a couple hours while I roleplay with these guys, okay? As a DM, when I'm running across groups that are broken like that, I really, really try hard to kind of bump them left and right, bump them left and right, bump them left and right, you know, trying to get them all lined up. And give them like little background storyline hooks and stuff to make them all want to function towards that singular goal. And I've had DMs in the past that were fantastic at this, and it's always good to be in groups that function well together. And it makes the experience more fun for everybody, especially some of the newer players. So I guess the whole moral of the story is, if you're going to join a gaming session, don't be a jerk. You know, play the game. Just play the game. And if you don't want to play the game, take yourself out of the game and sit back and watch and make snarky remarks from the corner. I mean, seriously. Because it's really frustrating to be in a group that wants to accomplish something and then have one or two players, you know, usually it's just one, but sometimes it's two, that just want to completely do the exact opposite just because they can. You know, and the sad part is sometimes it's your best friend is being that kind of jerky jerk type of guy. Anyhow, so I guess that's about what I want to talk about today. Is just, if you're going to join a campaign, whether it's D&D or Star Wars or, you know, Warhammer or any of the other role-playing systems, Pathfinder, any other role-playing systems out there, if you want to be a good player, just if the DM throws a venture hook out there, give it to him. He's probably got a fantastic, you know, storyline made up for you, got some awesome loot made up for you. You know, he spent hours of his night and day, and it's a little respect, you know, for the DM, because he does do all this work. And just play a storyline. You know, don't just like, oh, you got an adventure hook and there's this dragon that's terrorizing the countryside and we need heroes to come save it, and we're gonna go off and kill some goblins. Or we're gonna go fishing. That's better. Yeah, we're gonna rent a boat. We're gonna go fishing. What? You're gonna go fishing? There's dragons, man. Let's go get some dragon stuffs. Anyway, so yeah, recommendation, just play it. You'll find out, it will be fun. The DM's got a great plan. And the players, all in all, will have more fun. And then everybody will cooperate, the juices will get flowing, and we'll all have a bunch of good laughs and make memories for lives to come. So, and as a DM, you know, try really hard to find players that are willing. And if they weren't willing to cooperate with you, then you need to do something about it. Like if I'm having a problem, I either split the group, and the person who's being a total jerk gets very little to no playtime. Not equal, because the other group is going to have, say, 6 players, and then the one group's going to have 1, or 5 and 1, or 4 and 2, you know what, 4 and 1, whatever it's going to be. They don't get near as much playtime. So what are you going to do, player 1, by yourself, in the city, trying to rob the peasant? Oh, I'm going to rob the peasant. Okay, roll it. Okay, you robbed him of 5 copper. Awesome. Okay, next, you move on to the next person. And so that's what, as a DM, that's what I do. I go, okay, group 2, what are you doing? Oh, we're going to sneak up into the mountain and go kill the dragon. Awesome, let's do this. And then player 1 gets to sit there and think about what he did for a while. Or she. Or them. Could be yeah, anyway, so yeah. That's it for today. I think I've covered all my topics. I think I've kind of rambled on a little bit about players, DM, playing, guidelines, story stuffs. And it's real frustrating to deal with tough players, whether you're a DM or you're another player. Persevere, though. Sometimes some of those tough players just need to be educated in the ways of gaming. And if you educate them, then yeah, sometimes they turn out to be the best players. Anyhow, my name's Scott. You call me Guff. Signing off.